Welcome back to Celebreal, the place where the stories the industry tries to bury get dragged right into the light. If you're new here, buckle up, because today's story isn't just messy, it's explosive. And if you've been rocking with me, you already know how this goes.
I wasn't in the ad because of look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. Mm-hmm. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying, told Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without fit, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
so
this.
Now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre.
We're diving straight into the truth the industry hopes you never hear. Jay-Z is afraid of 50 Cent. And for the first time, the things 50 has been saying behind the scenes about Jay-Z are finally bubbling to the surface. We're talking cheating rumors, claims of grooming young artists, and even whispers about a secret contract involving Beyonce herself.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. Oh, wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys. He had one. Exactly. He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He has like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. After that, he got them shits. He started drinking. His pictures with him. Thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
According to insiders, Jay-Z has spent years controlling the industry from the shadows.
Are you so on top of the business side of Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just be an artist.
Yeah, I was actually forced to be an artist and a businessman, because when I tried to get a deal, I couldn't get a deal, so I had to create Rockefeller Records. We actually created Rockefeller Records from nothing. And, you know, so I was forced to know both sides of the business.
And one name he warned everyone in his circle to avoid was 50 Cent. But here's the twist. 50's not staying quiet anymore. He's naming names. Every single person Jay-Z allegedly tried to turn against him. This rivalry didn't start yesterday. This goes back to the 1990s, when 50 dropped How to Rob and called Jay-Z a poser. A direct shot, a warning. And even back then, 50 said he saw right through him, that Jay-Z was all bark, no bite.
That SA, the association to Beyonce, is when he started to receive the 16 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce, right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
The kind of guy who wouldn't confront his rivals, but would instead blackball them behind closed doors and weaponize his connections to crush their careers. And it didn't stop there. Years later, when Jay-Z beefed with Nas, guess what he did? The same tactic, trying to sabotage Nas's album rollout. And with 50, the same play again.
He said that was the first of me actually hearing it. Like, oh shit. Like, I used to have questions like why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top of me. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like, I was always close, and I always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, $20 that you saved up and you was gonna buy an album, and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and BC, you won't, 9 times out of 10 you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top. And it was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, Dame would know better than me.
Jay-Z tried to flood the market with releases right before 50 dropped his projects, hoping to smother the momentum. Funny, isn't it? The same Jay-Z and Diddy who preached about uplifting black artists were the same ones working overtime to block other black artists from rising.
20, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaires lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence. Right.
Just ask Beanie Siegel. He lived that reality. Jay-Z would conveniently time his releases right next to Beanie's just to overshadow him, and eventually froze him out of the label altogether.
Statement about Taylor Swift. I wish you would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And then came the Super Bowl situation, one of the biggest stages in the world. Jay-Z reportedly tried to block 50 Cent from performing, but it only backfired when Eminem stepped in and demanded 50 be included. And if there's one thing we know about M, when he puts his foot down, it stays down. That's why 50...
Worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't have that in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real or not.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that.
He always kept real ones like Eminem close. Because here's the truth. Despite the chaos, the beefs, the record-breaking success, 50 never changed up. He still showed love to the people around him. Tony Yayo even said it. 50's a rap legend, but what makes him stand out is how he treats other black artists.
beautiful
When
girl.
I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was, what, 17 years old at that point?
She was 16.
16, and she has the confidence of it. She's
Yeah.
like an old soul in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
So she walks in your office, and what, she just belts out a tune?
Belts out of tune, she performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this office. I signed her that day.
Wow.
Approachable, supportive, and willing to lift people up instead of shutting them out. And that right there, that's exactly why Jay-Z feared him. Jay-Z, on the other hand, moves like he's too big for everybody.
Clip, guys. If you haven't seen it, which I hadn't seen it until this morning when I saw this headline, Kim found it for me. Let's watch this clip quickly.
Crazy
Let's
that you
watch
haven't
Tyra
seen
like
this.
pushing to get this out of Rihanna, and when it does, man, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
Audition. Yes. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
And you had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time. Yeah.
So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it homework.
I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth. And she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed.
Like he's floating above the culture, above the consequences, above the very people who helped build the industry he profits from. And according to insiders, that attitude is exactly why so many artists have fallen out with him over the years. See, Jay-Z is a businessman first, second, and third. Every move he's made in his career has been rooted in one thing: money.
Accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, that the statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, like, you're gonna find out, like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like your publicist wouldn't say those things.
This is on your.
Put that up.
Yeah, this is on.
50?
Yeah, it says, I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back, but the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of culture. I'm just telling my opinion.
Right.
Look,
because you're part of the culture.
Like I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm like I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre alone.
Right.
And then maybe I stay out of trouble.
Nah.
And 50 Cent has said it himself, that even Jay-Z's marriage to Beyonce wasn't about love. It was about strategy, about brand alignment, about creating a power couple that would skyrocket both their careers. According to 50, Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't just get married, they signed a contract.
Is it difficult to say, I'm going to talk about the problems in our marriage. I'm going to talk about how we almost lost things. And for her to say, I'm going to talk about my pain and anger at you. What were those conversations like?
Again, it didn't happen in that way. It happened, we were using our art almost like a therapy session, and we started making music together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the music she was making at that time was further along. So her album came out as opposed to the joint album that we were working on.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a lot of that music. and this is what it became. There was never a point where it was like, I'm making this album. I was there.
Right.
I was right there the entire time.
And what was her reaction to your work, and what was your reaction to hers? They must have caused
I think they were
pain
both
for each of you, right?
Of course. And it both very, very uncomfortable, but sitting in that, the best place in the, a hurricane is like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the eye of that hurricane. Maybe not use hurricane because so many people are being affected right now, but the best place is right in the middle of the pain.
Right.
And that's where we were sitting, and it was uncomfortable. And we had a lot of conversations, and really proud of the music she made, and she was really proud of the art I released. And, at the end of the day, we really have a healthy respect for one another's craft. I think she's amazing. Right. Most people walk away and like divorce rate is like 50% or something because most people can't see themselves. The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself.
Yeah.
So most people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to look inside yourself. And so you walk away.
And look at what happened after that contract went into effect. Jay-Z started racking up Grammys like lottery tickets. Albums, awards, brand deals. Like the entire industry was suddenly engineered to keep him on top. Jay wanted the world to believe he was untouchable, unstoppable, the king of the entire empire. But here's the irony. If the marriage was truly built for business, that might explain why Jay-Z keeps stepping out of it. The cheating scandals aren't random. They're symptoms. Allegedly, Jay-Z didn't just cheat with some unknown woman. He cheated with Rihanna, too. And this is where the story gets dark. Rihanna was just 16 years old when Jay-Z signed her. Fresh from Barbados, new to the world, no family, no support system. According to multiple reports, Rihanna was flown into America alone and forced to perform alone in Jay-Z's hotel room. He ended up signing her at 3 a.m., a detail that has always raised eyebrows and questions the industry still refuses to answer. But Jay-Z's questionable history doesn't stop there. Back in December 1999, Jay-Z was wrapped up in a high-profile criminal case, accused of stabbing music executive Lance Rivera at the Kit Kat Club in New York City. A case that nearly derailed his career before it even peaked. Then there's the infidelity trail, the one Jay-Z himself eventually admitted to, first in 2007, then again in 2014. And we all remember what followed. That infamous elevator footage. Solange Knowles swinging on Jay-Z like she'd been waiting for that moment her whole life. Beyoncé standing silently between them. The world demanded answers, but the Carters gave none. Instead, fans were left to interpret the body language, the tension, the betrayal written all over the scene. Because whatever Solange saw, whatever she knew, it pushed her to a breaking point. And that moment didn't just go viral. It exposed cracks in the Carter empire that Jay-Z has been trying to plaster over ever since. Beyoncé just stood there and let it happen. Because whatever Solange was swinging for, Beyoncé agreed with it. She didn't pull Solange back, didn't shield Jay-Z, didn't even flinch. That silence spoke louder than anything she could have said. And people inside the industry? They weren't surprised at all. Because insiders have known for years what kind of relationship Jay-Z and Beyoncé actually have. Jay-Z's alleged involvement with Rihanna, Rita Ora, Rachel Roy, all while married to Beyoncé, and Beyoncé knowing about it, tolerating it, and staying anyway, made one thing crystal clear. This wasn't a marriage, it was a business partnership, and Jay-Z's infidelity didn't stop in the 2000s or 2010s. It hasn't stopped at all. Just a few months ago, new reports surfaced claiming Jay-Z was allegedly involved with Diddy, too. And considering everything we now know about Diddy, the raids, the allegations, the decades of hidden crimes, that rumor sent shockwaves through the industry. Because the truth is, Diddy didn't get away with things. He got away with them because he was rich. And Jay-Z, same story, same system, same silence from everyone around him. Everyone. Except 50 Cent. 50 doesn't owe anyone anything. He doesn't depend on the industry. He doesn't need Jay-Z or Diddy for a single dollar, so he's not scared to say what everyone else whispers behind the scenes. During an episode of the Flagrant podcast, 50 dropped the bomb. He said Jay-Z drugged women, and he said the reason everyone else stays quiet is simple. They were involved too. They were part of the same circles, the same parties, the same behavior. Then 50 slid onto Big Boy TV and took another shot at Jay-Z, this time going for the ego. He said, "Big homie wanna look like a gay painter." It was a direct jab at Jay-Z styling himself, like Jean-Michel Basquiat lately. The hair, the outfits, the whole persona. Most people in the industry would never say anything like that. Jay-Z is too powerful, too connected, too protected. But 50? He doesn't care. He'll say whatever he wants, whenever he wants, about whoever he wants. Because unlike Jay-Z, 50 doesn't have anything to hide. Jaguar Wright has been calling out Jay-Z for years. And unlike random bloggers or rumor accounts, Jaguar actually worked with him. She's seen the real version of Jay-Z, not the billionaire businessman the world celebrates. And according to her, Jay-Z isn't just calculated, he's dangerous. Jaguar says the industry protects him because he's too powerful, too connected, and too valuable to cross. And when someone becomes that untouchable, people stop telling the truth. They start surviving. But here's the twist. 50 Cent refuses to play that game. 50 says Jay-Z and Diddy are connected, two peas in the same pod. The only difference? Diddy is reckless. Jay-Z operates from the shadows. One got caught, the other knows how to hide. And that's why 50 keeps talking. He doesn't care who Jay-Z is married to, what label he runs, or what corporate table he sits at. He's not afraid of lawsuits, threats, or burned bridges. Somebody in hip-hop had to speak up, and 50 stepped into that role without blinking. While the rest of the industry keeps quiet, 50 keeps peeling back the curtain, and what's behind it is not the polished mogul image Jay-Z spent decades building. So now, the question is yours. What do you think 50 Cent knows that the rest of the industry is too scared to say out loud? Is he exposing the truth, or starting a war nobody else wants to touch? Drop your thoughts in the comments.